What's up, guys? This is Sky South Blue 77 here to tell you the tragic tale of Nat Johnson. From his splendid years to tragic downfall at 41, this is for the true knowledge seekers, based on real interviews conducted privately with the subject. For those easily disturbed by Nat Johnson, there is a trigger warning in place. Viewer discussion is advised. Tread lightly. This video is not for the faint of heart. Rated M for mature. This is a long and frightening story, so strap yourself in. I must make this disclaimer before we start, that if you are, in any way, shape, or form, Nat Johnson, do not attempt to contact us. And without further ado, let's jump right into the rabbit hole that is the fascinating life of Nat Johnson.
John Matthew Johnson was born on September 11, 1975, in the smallest town in Iowa, a humble place called Leroy, which as of 2025 houses approximately 11 residents. This was isolating for Johnson as a child, which was one of the many factors that ended up leading him down such a dark path. John's father worked a humble job selling pension funds to union workers, but John's whereabouts as a child were unknown. If you have any information on these crucial days of his life, please let us know in the comment section. John's interest in movies started when he was 8 months old after suffering a head injury via a frying pan to the skull. The circumstances surrounding this incident are unknown, but this gave him a wonderful gift: the vision of a filmmaker. He made his first movie when he was just 1,243 weeks old. It was lost to time for many years, but after a long and grueling search, parts of it have been found. We are very proud to present this clip.
New world, we're LTS with cars. Who will win? Oh man, I really sure do hope we win this war. Like, those cars they look pretty threatening, don't they? Yeah, I gotta be serious. Yeah, I'm pretty scared. Yeah, honestly, like, the war rationing is really getting to me. I haven't ate or drank. When will this misery end? This is like psychological torture. This guy just dropped dead. Oh my god, and we can't even have a funeral for him. Yeah, we can't afford it. We have to eat him. Our friend. I don't want to have to do it, but I must. We have no other choice. Meanwhile, rise, younglings, my underlings. Yes, Commander. Anything you say, Commander. Those littlest pets, too much trouble around here. They're trying to take over our racetrack because they need the land to live on. But we cannot be contained. We must put a stop to this.
After the completion of this first short film, John's career as a filmmaker took off. At 13 years old, he started the series The Misadventures of Nat Johnson, which was the first glimpse of his eventual fall from grace. In the series, John shows snippets of his dark, twisted mind, including his sadistic tendencies and malicious actions. If you somehow haven't seen this series yet, it was uploaded to YouTube.com under the alias Nat Johnson Fan in 2004. During this time in his life is when he met Jane Carroll, the circumstances of which are not completely clear. However, we have reason to believe that John was at the park playing toys and Jay asked if he could join. But after this historical encounter, they went straight to John's house and immediately started work on the monumental, cleverly titled smash hit series called John and Jay, which would prove to be a devastating source of tension later down the line. But we're not there yet. He started mistreating Jay, calling him mean names like stupid, uneducated, and worst of all, whippersnapper. At this point, John was the ripe age of 15, and the success of the aforementioned legendary show, John and Jay, was going to his head. This was, in our opinion, the point of no return for John.
In 2023, at age 12, something happened to Matt that would change his life forever, for the worse. As he was walking with his companion, Jay McCarroll, Matthew was stopped by a dim-witted, mysterious man. This man just so happened to be John Matthew Johnson, except older. John couldn't quite hear what he said, as he spoke very quietly. However, when this older man placed what would now be known as his signature fedora on his head, it was like a switch flipped within John. Later that night, as John and Jay approached home, John hit his breaking point. He had been building pent-up frustration and resentment against Jason for years upon years over a long-standing conflict about the order of the names John and Jay in the John and Jay Show, the one thing in their lives keeping them unified. The chilling fact about this whole ordeal is the simple fact that John's name was first. This is how Jay knew it was time for Johnson to go. It was a heartbreaking decision. The next morning, Jay asked John if he wanted to go for one of their famous car rides, and John innocently agreed, completely unaware of his fate ahead. "Where are we going?" asked John cluelessly. James did not have an answer for Mason John Nation as he drove deep into the woods. Jay stopped the car and asked John to follow him. John continued to inquire about where they were, but Jay had no response. Finally, they arrived in a small, unmarked clearing. "John, I'm gonna go back to the car really quick to get something. I forgot my jacket." Jay looked at John one last time with tears in his eyes. John, still oblivious, watched his dear companion walk away, not knowing it would be the last time he would ever see him. He waited for hours in the freezing cold weather, but Jay never came back. Quick reminder to leave a like on this video if you shed a tear. Jamison McCarroll would die 2 years later, never reunited with William.
Now Johnson was down on his luck. Where could he go now? His best friend, his companion, had left him alone, in the dark, in the cold, dark forest. What was next for William? John Matthew Johnson, 1-2. Born October 5th, 1985, is a Canadian film director, writer, producer, and actor. He first attracted accolades for his low-budget independent feature films, including The Dirties 2013, which won Best Narrative Feature at the Sundance Film Festival, and Operation Avalanche 2016, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival.
Tip of my tongue. The Michael misunderstanding. Gregory Michael House. Does anyone else remember Gregory House MD's middle name to be Michael? I looked it up online. I can't find any information whatsoever on this little tidbit of information, but I remember it so clearly. Is anyone else a little scared by this?
I remember this so clearly. This is literally how I learned about Michael the name as a kid. I was about 5 or 6 years old and my mother was playing House MD on the TV. I only remember small tidbits of the episode, but I can specifically recall one scene where Greg is in his office at his desk and Wilson is calling him some kind of snarky nickname. Greg looks him dead in the eyes and says something along the lines of, "That's Gregory Michael House to you." I remember being so confused because somehow I had never heard the name Michael before, and I made some comment to my mom about it. Absolutely wild. You can't tell me it didn't happen. You just can't. Some kind of parallel universe bullshit going on here.
Thousands remember it. Thousands of posts. Thousands of personal accounts of hearing it. Thousands of real memories. But it doesn't exist, and it never did. This is the Michael discrepancy. Since the inception of this famed phenomenon long ago, the Michael discrepancy is a term that has been used to describe the misremembering of people's names for thousands, if not billions of years. Some people say that this phenomenon might have existed and started with Michael from the Bible, but that cannot be said for sure. We are still looking into that, but this story focuses on one Gregory House, or should we say Gregory Michael House. The mere mention sends a chill down the spines of all the poor victims of this discrepancy.
The Mandela effect is a psychological phenomenon in which large amounts of people collectively share the same false memory of an event, image, or detail, commonly in reference to pop culture. Some common examples you may have heard of are the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia, Pikachu's tail, and Nelson Mandela's supposed death in prison. However, none have reached quite the same caliber and influence as one particular instance.
House MD is an American television series that premiered on Fox in 2001 and was immediately adored by tens of thousands of fans worldwide. These fans are committed and passionate about this show. With its 21st premiering later this fall, there is one question that still haunts the minds of fans to this day. Was the titular beloved character ever in possession of a middle name? And was this supposed middle name happen to be Michael?
Now I know what you must be thinking at this point. What on earth are you talking about, Sky's Not Blue 77? Of course Gregory House is a middle name. It's Michael. This is like common knowledge. What kind of a fan are you? Well, you and many others would be sorry to find out that you are all victims of the Michael discrepancy. Because trillions were shocked to find out that Gregory House has no middle name. That's right, never once in the show has the beloved house been mentioned to have a middle name, let alone mention what it would be. So where did this come from? Where did it all start?
Well, the truth is, no one really knows. I used the Wayback Machine to try and find the first ever instance of
Gregory.
his middle name, and although I didn't dig particularly deep, the first piece of evidence I could find was a 4chan thread from 2000, which reads as follows.
I swear to God, I was talking to my brother, and he swears up and down that Gregory House from House MD has no middle name. We're both big fans of the show, and I clearly remember it being Michael. Is anyone else scared about this?
You're not going crazy, Anon. His middle name is absolutely Michael. Anyone who says otherwise is trying to silence the truth.
One common belief surrounding this mystery is that it came from the scene in which Gregory's patient file from the psychiatric ward he was admitted to in Season 6 is displayed. But in reality, no middle name was shown. Why the viewers projected this supposed middle name onto our titular hero is a mystery. Maybe it is a secret longing for middle names inside of all of us. Scientists say it is a behavior that stems from childhood trauma or neurodivergency. Another common misconception is that the M in House MD actually stands for Michael, with many fans believing that the show title actually stands for House Michael Doctor. And coupled with the fact that this interpretation has been so commonly quoted and spread around, it's no surprise that so many oblivious fans end up believing such a thing.
And all of this raises the question, is there someone who has it out for House MD fans? Who could think that being a loving fan of such a popular show could have such dire consequences? I'll let you think on that one. Put your thoughts or concerns in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe if at any moment you had a realization, or what is otherwise referred to as a light bulb moment in this video. I encourage you to spread the word to your friends and family. I love you all very deeply and sincerely. Thank you for watching.